Yo, what's going on, y'all, man? Spirit Light Body. All right, y'all, you know what it is. I am bored, y'all. Okay, check this, y'all. Holding this to my brother Drake. I am 6 and 7. Holding this to my brother One World, One Hood. Holding this to my brother Curtis and Rue. Holding this to my brother Seven Beaumont. Holding this to bro Sanchez. Holding this to bro You said, man, I mean, it's so many people, bro. Rich, I can just keep going on and on and on and on and on and on and on, right? But check this. So y'all know, like especially like on my YouTube, maybe not on Instagram and TikTok, but definitely on my YouTube for the last 6, 7 years, I've been going in deep on electromagnetism. And it's funny, y'all. It's like I could really relate to Tesla. Like when he was saying over 120 years ago, like I was showing you like the Tesla coil and the wireless electricity and how that propagates. And we know that that longitudinal wave is the same wave that the soul is made of. So by electrical definition, you see what I'm saying? Your soul is a coherent cloud of charge or plasma, or what we're going to call ether, ethereal energy, right? So ether, charge, prana, chi, it's all the same thing. Just like electricity and magnetism, it's the same fluid. It's just the angle of the flux. That's why when you look at the diagrams, you'll notice it's showing the electric wave, right? And then it shows that magnetic wave in the center of that. And they cross at the nodes, right? And see, when you're sitting on one of those nodes, a cross line, when you have the magnetic lines crossing on the earth, it's easier to get out of body. It's easier. When we say out of body, we know the physics of that. So it's no ooh, spooky, ookie dookie, foolishness. Like, nah, when we say we're going out of the body, the consciousness is comprised of mainly the short wave, right? The short standing wave. But when you can still that, still your mind, see what I'm saying? When you can collapse that short standing wave, it embeds into the longitudinal array, and now you're in the mind of God. So you would no longer perceive your physical body. You wouldn't perceive sitting down like I was sitting here under the tree meditating just now. And when you get to that point, you will no longer perceive the body. You will see another realm or dream world, because that's really what it feels like, because it is the same plane, but we know that there's layers and there's levels. Just like there's different degrees of voltage, right? Which Tesla called tension. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, which in every sense it is. Okay, imagine electricity and water, right? So imagine, electricity as water. If you cutting on the faucet just a little bit and it's running low, that stream of water is low, that's like low voltage for electricity. But if you cut that water on high, now that's high pressure or a high tension, so that's high voltage. You understand? That's why I say, like, it was funny. I was listening to Sanchez, one of his joints. I think it was like last Friday or whatever they had, and the dude said, "We can't be made of water and light." I like, yo, it's going over his head. He ain't getting it. I'm like, bro, everything is made of one substance here. I'm like, everything is everything. I'm like, all this stuff is light. I'm like, but at the very fundamental level, like when you're talking about elements, when you look at the number one periodic, or when you look at the number one element on the periodic table of elements, is hydrogen. And holding this to 7 Beaumont, we know, because I got a molecular hydrogen machine. And that thing, when you get that hydrogen in your body, is very powerful. You know what I'm saying? It can not only fuel boats and motors and things, but it also fuels the human body, because it is everything that is. You see what I'm saying? Just like water exists in multiple forms, you see what I'm saying? It's the same thing, like light exists in multiple forms. You see what I'm saying? Like the electricity can get so hot that it's no longer classified as just electricity. Now it's plasma. You see what I'm saying? There's radiant energy. So even the ancients knew there was 5 different forms of electricity. Okay, let's say it's more than that, because today we just talk about AC and DC, but even the ancients knew that there was different forms of electricity. So coming back full circle, I find it funny that, dang, just like Tesla was saying 120 years ago, that, dang, that people really don't understand light and electricity and magnetism. And I'm here to tell you today, because I've been studying them very closely for the last 7 years, that the light waves, the electromagnetic waves, all oscillate in a very similar way. And in fact, they're all connected in one and the same. The light and the shadow, you see what I'm saying? Light and darkness is one and the same. That in the deepest levels of occultism, we know that the light that makes up everything around us actually comes from the darkness. You understand what I'm saying? So the more we try and separate things, I feel like personally, the more confused you may become. That's why I love to call myself a syncretist, because instead of breaking all these different religions and spiritual systems down and looking at the differences, I just pull it all together. I pull it all in and I collapse it into one. You understand what I'm saying? And that way we come with the wholeness. And I just wanted to say again, your wholeness to all my beings out there, man. Much love to all y'all. Your wholeness to my brother. I am 6 and 7. Yo, thank you, brother. Because this summer, because of you, I was able to smash the high voltage arc, the Jacob's ladder. I was able to get further on my machine and my build, which I don't have a lot of space right now, but I will be coming forward and I'll be touching on that again. And I also got another little project that I'm going to be working on. And when I get that together, which should be soon, I'll be sharing that with y'all too. So spirit light body, y'all, till I come forward, man. You know what it is. Wholeness.